Yo, what's going on, guys? Ron here, aka Neos, and today I'm bringing y'all some more Omega matches. Lots of gameplay and stuff like that. A lot of play testing I've been doing, playing the same old good, tried and true Mitsurugi Fiendsmith. Just cooking people, just absolutely destroying them, not even giving them a chance half the time, playing around basically everything, and it's awesome. So we have the mirror matchup, we have a White Forest matchup, and then we have a Yummy matchup. So we're gonna go ahead. I think we're gonna start with White Forest, a little bit more obscure, and then we'll work our way up to then Mitsurugi. Then obviously we'll leave it till the last one is Yummy. Obviously that's the best deck right now. So, anyways, enjoy the video and everything else, and let's go ahead and get into those matches. All right, guys. So here we are. This is against White Forest, game one. I don't remember if I win or lose. I thought I lose the dice roll here. He starts off with White Witch here, or I'm sorry, Black Witch, setting the Deception. I'm like, all right, cool. Then he goes LZ, pitching the White Tails for cost to go ahead and get the LZ. That's just gonna go ahead and reset. He goes Effect Tribute, like that's cool. He grabs the Fusion Summon. He goes Effective Fuse. I'm gonna obviously chain pool it. I want my draws. He goes okay, cool. He summons the Omni Negate. I draw into Habakiri, so this is really good. Hand wasn't super great here, and luckily we have call by for the Il Sylvia, so that's really strong. He goes ahead, he searches the LZ as Amina, then he activates the Witch of the White Forest, field spell, and he's going to go ahead and he's going to go through the Diabells combo here to set up the Vengeance, and then Poplar, I believe. So he goes ahead, gets this, and then he activates this, gets the Vengeance. Summons Vengeance by banishing both the spell and the trap, I believe. Yeah, that's right. These will gain attack. He'll go ahead and summon this, and he'll just pass on this, right? Because I think he's gonna synchro on my turn. Quick effect: pay activate target card your opponent controls and destroy it. Then if another Diaball monster you control is on the field, you can special summon one tuner synchro monster from your extra deck. This is how he's gonna get access to the Poplar. So I'm like, all right, that's cool. And then Deception is going to set itself back, and then he's going to go ahead and pass turn on this, right? So he only gave me one draw. We open up the Ritual spell here, which is really strong. So here I'm actually just going to go ahead, and I'm going to tribute this off to Search. Because let's say he has Ash, right? If he stops me, it's not going to matter because this is just going to search Murakumo on Resolution. And then I'm going to just go Ritual, and then this is protecting everything, but I'll have access to Murakumo right away. So he lets this go through. I go chain 1, chain 2, Murakumo, and Magatama. I'm like, that's cool. And by the way, the Diabell, the White Witch here, monsters you control cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects while you control 2 or more Diabell monsters. So this is like, since he has the Diabell Star Vengeance and the Diabells, the White Witch, these are all of his stuff is protected from my Raigeki from Murakumo, which is really, really strong. So I'm like, all right, cool. We go to main phase. I just normal Lurie here. I just want to try to play into the board, try to bait the Omni Negate if I can, if he wants to waste it. So go ahead, do this, dump. He doesn't do anything, and then he pops this immediately, which is what I expected him to do. So I was like, that's fine. And then he summons Poplar here, which gives him access to making a Synchro monster. So he has the ability to make a Synchro 8 here. And I think that's about it. He could make a 12 with one of these, but I don't think he wants to use the Diabell. So, all good. And then he goes Fuse, and then he goes ahead and makes the Diabell here. So he goes chain 1, chain 2. This is going to search for him. He searches the normal spell, and then he's going to search the Sinful Spells Subversion Snake Eye. He's searching that to board break for next turn. So I go Effect, and then he's going to go Quick Effects in his spell extract graveyard, special summon a level 7 tuner synchro monster. I think he was planning on special summoning the Silvera here, or Sylvia, the wolf one that would book my stuff. So I just bell it. He goes chain to negate. I chain call by, checkmating him, and he just loses out on everything. This will go ahead and reset itself for his follow-up. I'll go ahead and equip, and then I send this off the field because I don't want his stuff protected anymore, which gives me access to being able to Raigeki him now. Summon, boom, effect, Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2, Chainlink 3. We go ahead and add back Ritual spell, blow up his board, game over, right? So as soon as I cracked his board, I can just, I shuffled back the sequence there, so I was just going to make sequence again. I still had Ritual Summon, and that's plenty for game. So, alright, anyways, that's it for game number 1. We're going to go ahead and move on to game number 2. Alright guys, game number 2, as you can see, another not like super great hand, right? We have 2 hand traps, and then we have, 2 bricks plus, or 2 not desirable, engine cards plus prayers, this is like the best card in our hand, right? So, go ahead, our opponent's going first again. I'm going to go ahead and chain Ash to this, just to keep him off the diaball stuff, right? Because he's got access to one of the engines pretty easily in that. So I want to keep him off the dark stuff because the field spell locks him out of darks and he has to summon lights. So I don't want him to go through this first, but he's got called by the one of, it is. And then he actually has full Fiendsmith here. So my Droll is like super dead here, which is unfortunate. And he just, Fiendsmith combos me, he makes this, he goes effect, he's going to go ahead and add back to get to track, send, and then here I actually activate this to prevent him from, adding anymore, so he can't use the track. He just goes ahead, sets this, makes SP, and then that's it. And he banishes my Droll, and then brings me for 12 as well with this effect, which is fine. So we go ahead and draw here. We draw into Imperm, which is just, it's fine. So I'm just going to Imperm the SP so he can't mess with me. And we know what this is, right? So we know what he set here. We're going to go ahead and, oh yeah, my chat here, you'll see that in the Yummy matchup. I'm trying to remember. I know it's the trap, but I forget what it does. I know what it did here, right? So we go ahead, prayers, I tribute, go ahead, get these 2, chain link 1, chain link 2, just add the prayers back so I can get, and then, because like I kind of had to do that. Go ahead, Habakiri, search, and this is like really my only play. I still have the normal summon of Sword Serpent. This is why I'm baiting, right? So if I if I go this and he ashes or whatever, then I just get a normal Serpent here and then like try to Fiendsmith combo. He Drolls me, it doesn't matter. So we're just gonna go ahead Fiendsmith combo here. I want to bait out any other interaction since he Drolls me here. I summon this. Make Desiree. I send his face down, right? Because this is and then he chains this, which is, it's dead. Target face of special monster on the field, change their face down, defense visitor. That's what it was. I thought it was a Book of Eclipse. That's what it is. So yeah, it was just a Book of Eclipse. He should have done that before I made the link. I don't know why he didn't, but he just let it go. I don't think it requires anything, right? If you control level fire, illusion monster while this card is in your graveyard, you can set this card by banishing when it leaves the field. Yeah, I don't know why he didn't use it. So here I just go ahead, do this, activate ritual spell, and he knows he's dead. So literally he just dies. So also a slight misplay here. Should have left the Agamday on field because I would have definitely had lethal then, because I could have went Agamday beat into this, special summon Murakumo attack for 32, and then this is 4, so 5, 6, 7, I think this is like 48. I think it's at 48 if I remember correctly. So because it's 46. Anyways, it would be enough for game basically, because he'd have to get through this plus Murakumo plus prayers, and it's not going to happen. So anyways, that's it for the White Forest matchup. Really fast. As much as I love White Forest, I have the deck myself. It's phenomenal. It dies to Droll even worse than my deck does, and otherwise it's insane deck. It's just not the time right now, I don't think, because everyone's side decking Droll and stuff like that, and so it's unfortunate. So anyways, guys, we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next match. All right, guys. So this is the mirror matchup with Mitsurugi. I believe my opponent is playing Pure. So, shout-outs to the Pure boys, right? And if you look at my hand here, it is, again, not that great, right? We have Lurie, we have Fiendsmith's Engraver, we have 3 hand traps, which is really good, and we lose the roll again. So go ahead, Ash. So I actually thought about belling this. Luckily I didn't. I saved the bell because I was like, I literally thought about it. I was like, if he has called by, it would just be super sick to Ash, just lock him out. And luckily enough, because he didn't tribute, right? So normally if they don't tribute, they really need this to resolve, right? So I will Ash this every time. So we go ahead, chain Ash, he chains call by, I chain Bell. All of his stuff gets negated. He sets one to passes. I'm like, oh yes, thank God. Go ahead and draw for turn, and we draw our Amasa. So kind of unfortunate. We have 2 normals, but we have Engravers, so it's fine. So we go ahead and I'm normal this. I thought this was Imperm, so I normal this. He didn't hit it. I was like, okay. I'm like, all right, I'm going to activate this. Does he have Ash? No. Right, because now I have full combo, right? I have full combo for this, and I'm like, this is full combo for this engine. Perfect. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to Fiendsmith combo here to try to bait any interaction that my opponent might have. Go ahead and do this, make sequence, and then he nibs, right? He nibs before I activate sequence, which is fine. I'm like, all right, cool. So what I do here is I'm like, maybe I'm safe. I activate this. He saved the Ash. I'm like, all right, that's fine. So here I'm actually going to go Fiendsmith's Engraver. I'm going to shuffle back the sequence, right, because he nibbed me. And then I'm going to go effect, equip, send his nib off the field, and then I'm going to make sequence again. Because, guys, I can't tell you how much I love this deck. It's just, it's so broken. I make sequence, and he just surrenders. Like, he's just like, yeah, you got it. So, he's got no other cards in hand. I still had Imperm. It was just too much, right? So, really, really fast match. We're going to go ahead and move on to game number 2. All right, guys, game number 2. Again, another hand that's really not that great, guys. I'm not going to lie. We have Night Sword Serpent, a pretty undesirable draw. We have Ritual Spell, which is really good, but no, we don't have a monster. And then we have 2 hand traps and a board breaker. So, I decided to side Feather Duster here for the, just to clear like stuff like Prayers, Magatama, maybe Bait Trap. So he goes Chain Link 1 here, Chain Link 2. I'm like, yep, that's fine. And then here he goes Ritual Spell again. And I go ahead and decide to Ash this. You know, he hasn't Prayers me yet or anything like that. So I figured keeping him off the extra surge in the body would be really good. And I don't want to risk, you know, him like summoning Futsu or something like that, and then like me ashing the Murakumo and him just being able to bring it back. So I'm like, I can deal with just Murakumo on field. I discard the Night Sword Serpent here as well. Another reason that I did this is now that I discard Night Sword Serpent, it just specials itself to the field. So that's pretty good. He sets a card, passes. I'm like, all right, cool. And then, praise the Lord, we draw Murakumo. Thank God. So we have Ritual Spell, Ritual Monster, the best combo of Ritual Spell, Ritual Monster. And we have, I mean, Imperm's dead. Not really that big of a deal, but that's fine. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to activate Duster, and I'm just going to discard Imperm here because it's dead. And it's a Dominus Impulse. If you're playing this deck, right, if you're playing Pure Mitsurugi, never set your Dominus Impulse. Literally never do it. There's no reason on Godgreen's Earth to set a Dominus Impulse. The whole most powerful thing about it is that you can just hold that thing in your hand. And just, because literally, he won the game. He won the game if you just held that in hand. Which is crazy. So I Ritual Summon here. I go ahead and I dump the Aramasa and the Kusanagi here. Because I don't want to dump anything else, and I don't have Night Sword Serpent. So, you know. Oh well. Chain 1, Chain 2, and then this gives me access to Habakiri, which, again, now will have access to Saji. This board wipes him. I special this. I use the Habakiri effect, tribute off Murakumo, Chain 1, Chain 2, in case he has Ash. Summon this back, right? I grab Mirror. I grab Mirror just in case, like, he has Nib. So if he nibs me, I can still, like, activate Mirror, tribute the Amino Habakiri in my hand, get a search, and special back the Murakumo again. So I'm basically just insulating myself here. I go Fiendsmith combo, and he just scoops. So, again, you know, just, the draws, guys. The draw saved me so well right there. Really strong, and yeah, like I said, people just scoop just like that. It's great. So, anyways, that's it for that. We're going to go ahead and move on to our next set of matches. All right, guys. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Gotta love it, right? So this is, again, another lost rock, paper, scissors. All these in the video, every single one of them. I have lost the rock, paper, and scissors. I did that backwards. Don't mind that. But every time. And this is actually a really, really good hand here, though. So we have Fool Loss for going second. We have Call by the Grave to protect us. We have Imperm for something, you know, whatever he makes. And then we have Pre-Preparation of Rites. And we have a Ritual Spell. So, we have an ability to draw cards, protection, interruption, and then a starter and an extender. Really good. Obviously, this gets Ash. It's not great, so whatever. So he goes ahead, goes engaged, does this, summons the token. I chain Fuelos here, and then he chains Emergency Teleport. This is interesting. So he summons the Various here, which cannot be destroyed by battle with a monster with the same type or attribute. Declare one monster type and attribute. This card becomes that until the end of this turn. So this is really interesting. I haven't seen this before. So he's going to make this a light beast monster. Which, yeah, so interesting. So he makes Snatchy here. And then, so he goes effect to set here, and I make a blunder. I was watching something while I was playing this match. And so I forgot that he had the token. Like I literally just like blanked on it, wasn't paying attention. So I go to imperm here. So he just chains, and I'm like, I'm dumb. So all good, you know, misplay on my part, right? Incredibly understandable. So he dumps Psyframe Driver here, and I'm just like, okay. So he goes ahead, cups the anyway, searches, and then he specials this, specials this, specials this, and then sets this. I'm assuming this is, I believe it's surprise. I believe that's what he searched off of Cupsy, so I was like, you know, that's fine. We draw for turn, and we draw Lacrima, which is really, really good, right? So now we have an actual normal summon in our hand, and we have, so we also drew pre-prep off of the Fulos, and he shuffled Fulos back into my deck for some reason, which, by the way, is terrible. Don't do that. He should have shuffled the Imperm, which would probably been, like, slightly better. Because now, like, let's say I drew for turn and I drew Fulos, I am ripping Fulos in draw phase. Like, because now if he synchros on my turn, I'm going to draw cards while he's playing. So that's really, really strong. And then, otherwise, we don't have a lot of good stuff here. We have pre-prep, which is okay, but we have 2 of it, which isn't, like, desirable. So we go ahead and do this. He chains. And then I'm holding Call By here for... I was going to try to hit Snatchy, but I'm like, I need for him to use Surprise first and then go, like, Synchro Tag Out while the Snatchy's engraved, which is fine. So I go ahead and grab Habakiri here, and then obviously Mirror. I decided to grab Habakiri because I don't want him to think, you know, like, oh, maybe he has Ritual Spell because or, like, what I might else I have in hand. If I just add the standard these 2 cards, if he knows the deck... He's probably just like, oh, you know, he needs this or whatever, which I don't, right? This is bait that if I go, like, you know, effect and he, like, ashes the Saji or something, he just explodes. So he goes chain 1, chain 2. He goes ahead, sets the Mignon, and I don't know why he did this. I would have left a Croaky on field here, but whatever. He searches 2, discards Cookie, and then he goes Surprise here. Again, weird. I don't know why. I can't chain Call By here because he would just tag out. And then I realized, okay, he's just trying to make Herald. I'm like, which is fine because, again, we have Checkmate for Herald. Like, it doesn't matter. So he goes ahead, he makes Herald. I do this. I special summon. I use its effect. And then he chains Herald here. I don't know why. It's a little confusing to me. I mean, I guess. I don't know. This just told me that he didn't have a way to stop this, and he wanted to stop me from getting the Ritual Spell. So I was like, okay, chain Call By. It dies, and then I just search prayers. So I'm sure, like, when I search prayers here, he was just like, oh, no, he's already got it. And then, yeah, like he just right there, he just scoops, because he knows he's dead. Like, look, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards. I have Lacrima, double Ritual Spell, Ritual Monster, prayers. Like, he's cooked. Like, there's nothing he can do. It doesn't even matter that I drew a brick and a normal summon. So, anyways, phenomenal game number 1 for going against Yummy. We're going to go ahead and go to game number 2. Alright guys, game number 2 here, and another, pretty decent hand, right? We have the normal summon full combo starter, we've got Engraver, we've got a not an Ash Blossom, we have a Ghost Spell for not only protection, but, you know, in case, you know, like my opponent only has like maybe a Mignon play or something like that, and Call By, again, I don't know what it was, I just kept drawing Call By, it just stuck to my hand, which is perfect, and then Fulos, which is obviously really good as well. So anyways, my opponent's obviously going first. He normal summons Cookie, and I'm immediately like, alright, Fulos. So cool, I draw into Thrust here, he sets Mignon. I thought about belling this, but I was like, if he just has another name in hand, I just get cooked, and I hand loop myself. So I decide, at this point, I'm going to save Bell for my turn whenever he tags up for a Synchro, because he's not going to make a big board under Fua. So the first time he bounces his Synchro, I'm just going to bell it, and that should be the end of the turn, right? And then he sets Dimensional Barrier. And at this point, I'm like, ooh, this is bad, right? Ooh, right? So I'm like, and then he just passes. I'm like, oh, brother. So I draw Kusanagi, which is not great, right? So I got 2 normal summons and Engraver. And then I go main phase, normal summon. He chains this, chains that, calls obviously Ritual, right? He's not going to call anything else. He summons this, and I'm like, all right. And then I draw, I search the Habakiri here, right? So everything resolves, and I'm like, all right, cool. He searches 2, discards that. I go effect, and then he chains Dominus Purge. And I'm like, okay, you know, pretty good. Right? And so I activate this. He chains this. I hit him with the bell. Now his board is clear, right? Now, his board is clear, but I am under Dimensional Barrier. I cannot ritual summon this turn. So I'm like, okay, I add prayers, and I'm like, do I prayers here? So I'm like, I'm just gonna go Engraver, right? And I go Engraver, right? Because I have prayers. If he stops this before I get to Requiem, right? I can just prayers, tribute this, search, tribute this, special summon like Saji, right, back from the grave, search, and then I can Exiton in full combo, right? I'm trying to get him to Ash me right now, and so I search this, and he has the Gamma or the Delta, so I'm like, he does this, I'm like, okay, so I chain, tribute this, search Murakumo, special summon Saji, right? So he summons Driver, and then he summons Delta. This gets negated, right? I'm like, all right, cool. And then I go ahead and add back the prayers to hand using the Kusanagi, right? So he stops this, which is what I wanted him to do. And now look at this. Now we have full combo anyways. So I just boom, boom, effect, bring this back. Go ahead, make sequence. And I'm like, anything here? No. And I'm still protected because now I still have tracked engrave. He might have negated it, but it's still engraved for me to fuse here. So if he stops this, right? Let's say he goes whenever stops this and stops me from fusing, I can still go effect of the Fiendsmith Engraver, shuffle back the I would shuffle back Requiem here, and then summon it, and I'd still be able to banish to fuse, and I would be able to make the Fiendsmith Lacrima. So I'm protected here basically no matter what, right? So I make Desiree, I go ahead Desiree, and I think here I'm like, do I want to shuffle anything back and set like? Because I was like, I could shuffle back Sequence, and then, like, I wanted to send Mignon, but I was like, I don't think that really does anything for me. Because he's going to probably get to it anyways. I was like, I don't think I need to send anything off his field, right? And I wanted to keep the attack boost and the non-targeting, right? So if he draws into, like, Imperm, because I'm going to clear his board, right? If he draws into Imperm, I don't want him just to be able to Imperm my Desiree and kill it. So I'm like, you know what? That's fine. We'll go battle phase, attack, quick effect, attach, kill this. Main phase 2, equip, set 2, pass. So through Dimensional Barrier, I have set call by, set prayers, I have full follow-up in hand. My graveyard has the ability to fuse, and I have Fiendsmith Engraver for follow-up. So yeah, this is my board. 5,800. I'm like, cool. I have some plays, not anything crazy. I couldn't get anything on the board, which is unfortunate. Otherwise, I would have searched Magatama if I could have got something on the field. If I could have got like 2 4s on the field in addition to this, I would have searched Magatama, that way I could tribute both of them and summon Murakumo. Not an option. So we go ahead, he goes draw, standby, he goes effect special, and makes Typhon. Now, if you remember, he used Purge from hand. Purge locks you out of darks, waters, and fires. This is dead. He can't use it. And he sits here for a long time. He sits here for like, I think it's like a minute. And this is where like you see in my chat, I'm like, GG, you use Purge. And he literally he literally went like battle phase and then immediately scooped. So yeah, but great games, you know, just amazing stuff. Opponents just guys, I can't tell you enough how much I love this deck. It plays through so much with like barely good hands. Like when you get a crazy hand, I'm sure if you saw my video before, the game where I played against Luna, and he's playing Blue Eyes Primite, and he has like 5 or 6 hand traps in hand. So he's like Phantasme, double Imperm, you know, Bell, something else, and I OTK him through, you know, all those hand traps, and in addition to that, I took his Phantasme. So even him like drawing another hand trap, like it was crazy. Like when this deck opens like good, it's so good. So, but anyways, guys, I really do hope that y'all enjoyed the video. Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. That way you know when I post more content. And yeah, guys, I love this deck.